because I'm going, hello, hi chat. It's been 5 months since we last talked. And then in between that, and then I got some like 2 weeks ago. And then I did again, but I'm back, I'm not dead. Are you surprised? Oh, wow, Anyway, hi, hello. If you've been here for however long I've been on YouTube, I've been here for like 6 years, deleted a bunch of all my old videos, so what's on my old videos, I'm just going to playlist if you want to go check that out. Anyways, hi, hello. I'm continuing on with my solo cosplay, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because, that's just what I do. I just go with the vibe, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, so, that's what you're here for, clearly, because you're watching me do stuff that I don't really know what I'm doing. So, I hope you enjoy the chaos, because I clearly don't know what I'm doing. So, we're rolling with it. Right, anyway, so I have 2 wigs, one that I started with hairspray, and the other which has been entirely started with hairspray. And I am going to show the process of the wig that was previously started with hairspray, and then the process of converting that to styling entirely with hairspray now, because I'll talk about this later, but there are like obvious differences between using hairspray, using heat, using glue, using whatever the hell you want to style with, so I'm going to briefly go over those later. But yeah, and before any of you guys start commenting about this, because I know there's going to be at least 1 comment, yes, I have in this process, burnt myself with hairspray many times, but, I'm still not straight, so don't burn yourself. Sorry, I'm being an idiot, but that this is what you're here for, idiots, whatever the fuck I'm doing, that's what you're here for, clearly, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching past this point, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe you just are watching random videos on YouTube without, I don't know. Anyway, hi, introduction for anyone who isn't here. Hi, everyone, I'm trans, I cosplay, I do art, I do a lot of stuff that I don't really know how to do, and I half-ass them, and I try to make it work, so yeah. On with the video. Just chaos. Anyway, so basically, Hazer was like my first proper cosplay. So I wanted to actually, sorry, I'm just moving you slightly because otherwise you can see it inside of my closet. Anyway, so basically, Hazer was my first proper cosplay since I had bought like the outfit. It's in a bag under my bed. I'm gonna pull it out right now. But basically, I wanted the wig to be properly styled and like look relatively canon. Even if like I'll put stuff on screen like comparing my cosplay to what he actually looks like in the game, you'll obviously get to tell. Oh, but this has like my own creative interpretation of it. But so because of that, I wanted him to be relatively recognizable. Which meant looking at actual wig tutorials and looking at photos and videos of other Hazer cosplayers to try to figure out like how they did things. And just like looking at how like because obviously like video game characters. So I don't think I'm conveying this, speaking of this, sorry, but obviously, like, video game character hair isn't going to work the same exactly on wig, and just trying to figure out, how things work and all that, so, yeah. And I'll put links to all that in the description if you are actually curious in figuring this out, so, wow. Anyway, so, it's been, about a year since I was cosplayed for Arena, and for multiple factors, and also the fact that because it was entirely hairsprayed, it made the wig really uncomfortable to wear, because, like, when I cut some of the hair away, it would, like, still stick to me, and that would, like, it would just stick to me, and that would be kind of sharp, like, I don't know how you communicate it, if you haven't actually experienced it yourself, it is just, like, really uncomfortable, and that's not exactly something you want when you're cosplaying, because obviously you want to be comfortable, because you're probably going to be in it for, like, an hour or two, and also because, since I'm filming this right now, midway through the under all this, I'm briefly sure about it, but, like, the wig itself is really long, and I've rated this up, so it's actually a pain in the ass to brush out and detangle it and everything. And since I was an intended cosplay again, I wanted to figure out something else to do with it. Because how I had covered that wig, since it was like actually pretty much doused in hairspray, I didn't want to give it away to someone and have to struggle with what I do with all the hairspray, how I get rid of it. And I didn't want to like wash the wig with water or soap or shampoo and potentially risk like destroying the wig, because I know there are tutorials out there on how to properly clean it. I didn't want to do that. Mostly because hairspray doesn't tend to come out with water very well. And I didn't want to destroy the wig because I was like planning to do something else there. So just first disclaimer, I haven't quickly properly adjusted the wig for my hair right now. So you'll have to if it's a little wonky. I just need to put this on for like 5 minutes to show you what I'm talking about. But so basically, I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but you can see that it can hold its shape. And while I haven't restarted this after my last one a few weeks ago, a month ago, I don't remember. But you can like if I do a quick 360, you can tell that like it keeps its shape. And your hair, like if you just picture a generic person, like your hair, like with gravity, all that, like tends to just here they are. Wigs are made out of acrylic PVC and polyester, at least most of the time. Which are plastics and also heat resistant, which means like if you put plastic container in the microwave, if it melted, if you put a wig in the microwave, it wouldn't melt. If that makes sense, there's like differences between because there's different wigs, and I hope that makes sense because I'm not doing a great job explaining this. So yeah, so that means because like all the different wigs, you're able to style them with heat and it would be able to and then hold its shape. So like you can see with like this up here, I don't know doing this, I think that's just but here it is the last stuff, so I don't know what's wrong with this, I need to fix that something. Anyway, you can style your wig with like you can style wigs with glue, kind of wigs, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff with wigs because you can get human hair wigs, but for cosplay you're more likely to get some dead ones because then you can actually style it and they're not exactly meant to look like human hair. Like more professional cosplayers and wig makers, you can do a bunch of different stuff with wigs because it's like synthetic and plastic and you can like add stuff to it, like if you can pull it out, but like you can attach wefts and glue and stuff. And I probably say a bunch of things that might not make sense to you if I was a player. But no, let's just go for that because but honestly, I don't care particularly if my cosplays aren't canon to the character. Like last time I literally just wore like a band shirt with the hazer wig because head canons and just if you do use hairspray wig, please don't be like me. My first wig, I'll put some stuff on screen. Well that's also just the wig that I'll say this is like check this out. But so my first wig I had started entirely with hairspray, which is not necessarily a good thing because that meant I was dousing it in hairspray, which if you were doing it and you don't have a nozzle then it's not like a good thing to be inhaling. So if you do use hairspray, even if it's like a little bit on the wig, just to like seal in everything and try and keep it in check. Make sure that you have a nozzle or something just for airflow. Some background to who the Furry wig is going to be turned into. If you've been following me on Instagram or YouTube or basically anywhere that I've gone, then you would know I have these 2 series, Elias or White Eyes and Smile and Cyber, which is clearly you've been here all along. And I have quite a few original characters in both those series, and I've made designs for them as I've been intending on actually animating a few of the scenes from both series in the near future. And ironically, in both series, I have a few characters who have blue hair, or at least vaguely blue hair, and that's Victoria, Yukori, Drillin, and Aubrey. But since the wig is more white than it is blue, I've narrowed it down to Aubrey and Victoria, as Yukori and Drillin are more mostly blue-haired people. So, and although I've eventually settled on turning the Furry wig into the Victoria wig as my design for Aubrey, mostly fall down to lots of braiding buns and curls and just making weird shapes with her hair, which I'm not confident in my wig making ability to do that. And as I finally figured out who the wig was going to now belongs to really, and I now had a good idea of how it should end up looking, as I have a bunch of designs of Victoria herself. That was when it was kind of time to start actually messing around with the wig. So I had stuck the wig onto the wig I had with a pin and just brushed it all out. And it kind of helped with that, with getting rid of some of the hairspray, but not really. And then after that, I had gone over it all with the hairspray, just went layer by layer, just to straighten it, and then that gets rid of most of the hairspray in the wig fibers, although closer to where it's sewn into the wig cap. It is still kind of has hairspray texture. And if you look at the photos from before and after straightening it, you can tell that there have definitely been differences. The straightening has made to the wig, although it's kind of hard to convey over camera. The hairspray also had like this slick feeling that you get from like those cheap Halloween wigs, and now that it's been straightened, it has more of like a human hair texture because it has that texture and it's not just smooth. Okay, hi. I'm still a little bit sick, so I don't want to make this too long because I already have a headache from the wig. But this is kind of the finished wig. I still need to like fix up the bangs a little bit and just trim a few things and like make that pointed, but I'll do that another time. I'll just do like a quick, that's a really bad angle, sorry. But yeah, just a quick 360 of the wig. I have to record this because I don't know how much of that I'm actually in frame. But basically, the back of the thing, there is this tutorial that I'll link in the description, but I don't have like the foam part to kind of like attach it so it looks like a proper bun. So I kind of like looped up like the long parts of the braids and then just pinned it in and then added the flowers and stuff. But in like a few months or whenever I actually have, you know, free time, I think that I will just like finish fixing up this and probably do like a proper photo shoot